Hey everyone, Jared here from Destination EDM, and I'm here to talk about the Ultra Music Festival lineup because Ultra just recently released their lineup by stage. So we're going to kind of go over who you should see and some of the acts you should not miss. But before we get into the video, I do want to mention that there is a brand new festival coming to Miami. It is called Sound Money Fest. It's the world's first Bitcoin festival. It's actually part conference, so you can go and learn about Bitcoin and actually end the weekend with a festival that's going to feature acts from deadmau5, Steve Aoki, Logic, Holo, and even more. We'll actually put a link to the website in the description, but definitely check out that festival and hope to see you there. But all right, we're gonna get right into it here with the Ultra lineup. I am gonna put a little disclaimer here that I'm probably not gonna talk about the Oasis stage because there's a lot of artists that I don't know. It's not really a diss to them. Unfortunately, it is a smaller stage. I think they might be smaller local artists. That doesn't mean you should not go to that stage and check out those artists. But I'm just gonna kind of give you the rundown of some of the top artists playing at each stage. And we're actually gonna do this day by day. So let's look at the first day, Friday. And we're just gonna go right into the main stage. You know, normal artists, you have Alesso, one of my favorites, Martin Garrix, and Kygo is actually closing out on the main stage. I know Kygo, it's his long-awaited return to Ultra. A lot of people love him. I got a chance to see him at EDC Orlando. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be at his set. Kygo's a little too slow for me. And next is the Megastructure. You can't go wrong by going to the Megastructure. The production is insane there. I know Carl Cox is closing out the Megastructure on night one. He is actually going to be closing out all 3 nights. But definitely go there. A lot of tech house, techno, if that's your thing. Even if it's not your thing, go to the Megastructure. So going into the worldwide stage, you will definitely want to be here Friday night if you are a trance lover, because this is where A State of Trance is going to be held this year. Armin van Buuren is closing out this stage. You're going to have performances from Gareth Emery, Beanie Vici, Andrew Rayel, just to name a few. But there is one set in there that you definitely don't want to miss. It's going to be Armin van Buuren back-to-back Reiner Zonneveld. That's going to be a very interesting set because that is mixing trance with a little bit of techno. I love trance, I love techno. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to be missing this set to be at another stage, but definitely check that out. Next, we'll talk about the UMF radio stage. So this year, it's going to be hosted by a bunch of different labels. On Friday, it's going to be Stamped Records Takeover, which is Martin Garrix's label. It says special guest as the closer, so I don't know who that's going to be. Maybe a special performance by Martin Garrix, maybe Area 21, but you're going to see a lot of artists such as Batiste and Sadko. So if you're into the Stamped Records label, definitely be at the UMF radio stage Friday night. The next big artist is one that I'm going to be upset not seeing, is going to be held at the Resistance Cove stage. Boris Brejcha is playing a 3-hour long set. Now, we got to see Boris Brejcha during COVID at, I think, Celine locally over in Orlando with his high-tech minimal sound. It's amazing. He puts on a great show. So that's going to be a huge one. To wrap things up for Friday, we're going to move over to the live stage. This is where I think we're going to be for the festival because you're going to have Sullivan King into Sudden Death Presents Void, into Alice in Wonderland, and then Pendulum is closing. If you don't know Pendulum, they're pretty big drum and bass. It's going to be a little bit of live vocals too. They were at EDC Las Vegas, but unfortunately, Rob Swire, who is the vocalist, he was sick, so he didn't get to do live vocals, so hopefully we'll be able to make up for that and see that. I'm very excited to see Alice in Wonderland. She's technically one of our favorites, but we did miss her throughout all those festivals we went to last year, so I think it's going to be good to get a chance to see her finally. Sudden Death Presents Void. Again, we've seen him do that a few times last year. That show was amazing. So if you like a lot of that dubstep and bass, that's going to be a great show. And then obviously Sullivan King, that is someone we kind of stumbled upon last year, going to some of the dubstep festivals. He is amazing. Again, live vocals. It's going to be a great show that whole night on the live stage. All right, so moving right into Saturday, main stage, your closer is going to be Illenium. The last time we saw Illenium at Ultra was back in 2019 when it was held at Virginia Key, and they had him in that tiny stage where he played right before Deadmau5. It was super packed in there, so I'm glad he's moving to the main stage. But we also have, you know, artists such as Tiesto, Oliver Heldens, Chami. But main stage is going to be pretty stacked on Saturday. And then again, like I said, Carl Cox is closing out the megastructure on Saturday. But right before Carl Cox, the one you don't want to miss is going to be A Tale of Us. They've been in pretty high demand over the last couple years. That's going to be a great show. Hopefully I might be able to try to catch a little bit of that, but that's one you don't want to miss if you're into the tech house and the techno music. So for Saturday, moving to the worldwide stage, you're going to have artists such as Slushy. He's usually a crowd favorite. I think 4B back-to-back Say My Name is going to be playing. You have Jaws back-to-back Nightmare. The one that you should definitely check out is going to be Black Tiger Sex Machine. I'm definitely not going to miss them, but also closing on the worldwide stage is Knife Party. So again, that's pretty much the same members of Pendulum. Knife Party has Rob Swire. I think that's going to be a big draw for the worldwide stage. The Resistance Cove stage is going to see a lot of house music, so you're going to have Solardo, Camel Fat, Dom Dalla. So if you're into house, that's the stage you're going to want to be at. The live stage is definitely going to be amazing too. I don't think you're going to go wrong there. You have Kashmir doing his live performance, headlining that night. And before that, you're going to have, I think, Sophie Tucker. Gareth Emery is playing his analog set, which is going to see a little bit of live pianos and guitars. And the one set that you're definitely not going to want to miss is going to be Madeon. We got to see him twice last year at Lights All Night in Dallas and at Spring Awakening, Autumn Equinox. He definitely puts on a great show, and his vibe is out of this world. So last, we're going to talk about the UMF radio stage, which you're going to have in Good Vibrations Takeover, which is Nightmare and Slander's label. So you're going to have a lot of artists from that label on there. There is one secret back-to-back that's not been posted. It's kind of in the middle. I think that's going to be Nightmare back-to-back Slander. I don't see why that wouldn't be. I'm holding out hope that that secret set is Nightmare back-to-back Slander. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I know with those two artists, they're very great with collaborating with other artists and letting other artists shine. So Night Punk is actually going to be the closer for that stage. I know that Nightmare is going to be at that festival. Like I said, he's going back-to-back with Jaws later in the night, if that is Nightmare back-to-back Slander. And then Slander is actually going to be closing out on Sunday on the live stage, which now leads us into getting to Sunday. All right, so jumping right into Sunday, main stage, you have a super secret guest. All the speculation leads to Hardwell. I'm going to go ahead and call it and say it's Hardwell. Hardwell's making his return to Ultra and closing out the festival. This actually puts us in a huge predicament because there's so many good closers on Sunday that I don't know where I want to be yet. So right now for Sunday, it's very up in the air and undecided. So for Sunday, the mega structure again is another stacked lineup. You have Carl Cox closing for the third night. I forgot to mention that on Saturday, Carl Cox is closing with a 3-hour set. But right before Carl Cox, you have Adam Bear, you have Amelie Lenz. Amelie Lenz is someone who I really want to see. Again, I know this is going to be conflicting with so much on the other stages, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to that or not. You also have Reiner Zonneveld playing, so again, insanely stacked lineup for the megastructure. Here's the other conflict for us, and it's going to be at the worldwide stage. Zed's Dead is closing, but right before Zed's Dead, you have Seven Lions, and he's playing his first Ultra, I believe. If you don't know, we are huge fans of Seven Lions. We caught him so many times last year. I can't wait to see him the same amount of times this year. But we have seen him. I will say that there is going to be a Thursday Miami Music Week party with an Ophelia takeover. So if we don't get to see Seven Lions at Ultra, we'll definitely try to go to that party to see him. The other artists on that stage is going to be Ghost Rider, which is Ghastly back-to-back Joyride. You're going to have Cruella and also Kill the Noise. So a great stage to be at for Sunday too. The Cove stage is going to be some more tech house. You have Pan Pot closing. I don't know a lot of those artists, so I can't really go into that. And then you have the UMF radio stage, which is going to be Dirty Works takeover. So that whole night, it's going to be a lot of hardstyle, which I don't think usually happens a lot or too often at Ultra. You have Gammer closing. I think Little Texas is going to be there. But the major conflict that we're going to have last is going to be on the live stage again. Slander is closing out there. If you don't know, we love Slander as much as we love Seven Lions. And they're going to, because it's on the live stage, I don't know if they're going to bring the Eye production, but I do know that they're going to bring Dylan Matthew to do some live vocals. So that's definitely a set you don't want to miss. So that wraps up the Ultra lineup by stage discussion. We have Ultra is less than 30 days away. We've had our tickets since 2020. We were part of the bunch like everyone else that just have not gotten a refund for the last 2 years. They've held on to our money. So we're excited to finally return to Ultra down in Miami. So please comment down below who you're excited to see if you're attending Ultra. We do try to film sets. Ultra is a little bit different because they do film in much better quality than we do, and they usually release it to the artists, and most of the artists release it. So I don't know how much filming, but if there's anything you guys want to see, please let us know. We'll try to get it. We'll do our best to do that for you guys. But again, please like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at Destination EDM. It really does help us out a lot. But thank you guys for following us, and we'll see you at Ultra.